Man, sneakers in 2025, I'm telling you, the whole game has just changed. So with that being said, if you're just getting into the game or trying to level up, I'm telling you this guide will get you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get it and let's go. But first things I do want to talk about with y'all is we're going to give you guys a couple of sneaker types, because I know we do have a couple of beginners watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, my name is AA. I do a lot of sneaker reviews, top 10 lists, sneaker game videos just like this, and a bunch of other content. So with that being said, if you want to join the community, go hit that subscribe button. But the first breakdown of a sneaker I do want to give you, or a category I can say per se, is our lifestyle sneakers. Now, I do want to say this is kind of a subjective topic just because of the simple fact that a lifestyle sneaker for me could be a different lifestyle sneaker for you. But I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a couple of different options so that you guys can get a kind of example if you are new into the game. But a grail, or just one of the most known sneakers in the sneaker community, that I would say is the Nike Air Force One. These are a very classic sneaker. These have been seen in a bunch of fire fits. I'm not gonna lie, this is a dope sneaker. We got some Yeezys. They aren't as poppin' as they used to be, but they're definitely an example of those lifestyle sneakers. You got 350s, you got a pair of 720s, you got the slides, all these different type of things, and we also do have Dunks. Now these are just three different options, and just don't limit yourself to just these three options. I just want to give you guys a simple example. Now, we also do have some performance sneakers. Some examples of performance sneakers I can give you off the top of my head would be the pair of Adidas AA1s. You got some basketball sneakers, you got gym sneakers, you got running sneakers, and just a bunch of other sneakers. Now, on my channel, I actually have a lot of sneaker inspo, so if you do want to see some top 10 lists, maybe some sneaker reviews on a couple of different categories, go ahead and check my channel. I have a playlist, and matter of fact, I'll put the info card up here somewhere. So with that being said, go ahead and look for that card, go ahead and click it, and you'll be able to see all the different playlists I have on my channel. Now, designer sneakers, you guys. We got some expensive. We got people that have that expensive taste. Maybe they're a little hype beast, maybe they're not. But we got a pair of Balenciaga Triple S's. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen those. Even the track runners. We got Dior B23s and a bunch of other luxury sneakers. Now, with that being said, you guys, these, again, you guys don't have to just stick to these sneakers. These are just a ballpark sneakers just to kind of give you guys a little bit of basics. Now, I want to go ahead and explain some terminology, you guys, that may be hard to know, maybe even if you are a seasoned sneakerhead. But with that being said, dead stock, you guys, that is a term you're going to in the sneaker world. Dead stock is basically when something is fresh, it is new, and it hasn't been worn. So dead stock, hasn't been worn, fresh pair. So another one I do want to talk about is JR, which stands for general release. General releases are basically those that are kind of non-limited stylists or non-limited styles. You can typically find these in your retailers, so that means they're kind of easy to get your hands on them. And with that being said, they're just widely available. Now we have some hype sneakers, you guys. These are the sneakers that are basically just on trend. The sneakers you probably see on Instagram. Maybe you guys have been seeing Tim's a lot, or just all these different type of trendy things that you see on the internet. This would be a great example of hypebeasts or hype sneakers. Now, resale sneakers, or just the term resale. Resale is basically when you go ahead and get a pair of sneakers, and I'm assuming you would flip them. But with that being said, it always doesn't go that way. But ideally, you want to go ahead and flip the sneaker for a profit. Now, with that being said, we got one more I'm going to talk about, which is collabs. There are a lot of collabs in the game, and I got to tell you guys, one collab that I got to get is those Travis Scott ones. They are the lows. I'm not sure which one I want just yet, but I gotta get me a pair of the Travis Scott collabs. He'd be going hard on all the different drops. But with that being said, that is a couple of sneaker terminology. Some other terminologies I want to talk about is OG. Now, OG, you guys, I kind of was a little stumped on what this exactly was, but when you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense. Now, you guys go ahead and comment down below before I go ahead and say this, because it is real simple. Go ahead and comment what you guys think OG is, and I'll give you guys a minute. All right, I'm assuming y'all typed that in the comments and didn't cheat. With that being, OG means original, you guys. This basically just refers to the first release or version of a particular model or colorway, you guys. So real simple, it literally says OG, and that stands for original, so pretty easy to remember and pretty easy to associate with. But Another sneaker term that I do want to talk to you guys about is retro. Now, retro, you guys have heard that term a lot, and it's kind of, it applies the same. So with that being said, retro is kind of something that refers to something classic or that kind of dates back to a certain time. It could be the 80s, it could be the 90s, what have you. But with that being said, this is often when a trend is revived from the past. But with that being said, on to the next thing I do want to talk to you guys about, and I do want to break down how you should go ahead and choose your first pair of sneakers. Now, this basically can apply even if you are, as I was saying before, a seasoned sneakerhead. But with that being said, what you want to go ahead and do is you want to just find a sneaker that matches your lifestyle. Like, what are you doing on a daily basis? Are you active? Are you maybe at home a lot? Do you want something more comfortable? Do you want something that's more athletic? Like, it kind of depends on what your wants and needs are. Now, if you want to go classic, again, I would definitely recommend the Air Force Ones. And a little story for you guys, I'm not going to lie, I used to hate on these shoes a lot as a kid, or not even a kid. In high school, I used to just call them the block shoes. Me and my friends used to call them the block shoes back in the day. But with that being said, these are an amazing pair of shoes. I actually have them, but they're not with me right now. But with that being said, those shoes are amazing. They make a great shoe if you want to have a shoe that's very versatile and can be worn with basically any different outfit. I got a pair of the white and the black, and man, they just can't go wrong. I'm not gonna lie, I do wear the white pair a lot more than the black. But with that being said, definitely a dope pair of sneakers. Now, if you do need some comfort, you can go ahead and tap in with New Balance. One that I can name off the top of my head that I just had the other day was the 9060s. Those are comfortable. You got the 990s as well. These are super comfortable sneakers to get into. With that being said, go ahead and try a bunch of sneakers, and then again, check out my channel, because in my list playlist, I'm telling you guys, I have like so many sneakers on that playlist. But with that being said, if you are into hype, go ahead and maybe get you a pair of Jordans. I just tried the Jordan 4 Fears. Those were pretty dope. You got the Jordan 3 Cements, the white cements. You got a bunch of different Jordan releases and a bunch of different hype sneakers like Yeezys and all those different type of things. Now, budget tips, you guys. I'm literally like the budget connoisseur, I'm not gonna lie. So if you are into budget tips and just all about saving money and just trying to find a way to go ahead and save you some extra dollars, go ahead and hit that bell icon, because I'm telling you guys, I post a lot of videos on how you can basically get some sneakers, like the top 10 sneakers under $100, even under $50, and even under $25, you guys. So with that being said, if you are interested in that content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon. I'm telling you guys, I'm going to deliver. But with that being said, you can go ahead and find sneakers that are under $100 and still look stylish. So with that being said, the way I go about finding these sneakers is I do a little bit of research. And actually, oftentimes what I've realized is on Nike, Adidas, or whatever site you may be on, they often do have deals, you guys. So you can go ahead and check the deals, what they have currently. And with that being said, as long as you look on the deals, look at the price, like the prices, and just be timely when you buy shoes, you will definitely be able to find some style on a budget. And you definitely, I would say, you should definitely avoid those hype traps. But I mean, if you do like the hype and that is like your style, I definitely wouldn't stop doing that, because I would say like definitely be authentically yourself. But with that being said, if you're just trying to hop on a hype train just to hop on it, I definitely would not go about buying your sneakers or just styling yourself that way. So I'll definitely say, it's buy what you want versus following trends, like 100%, like for sure. Now, we're gonna talk about how to style sneakers with any outfit. Now, I have tried this video style on my channel. I've tried easy ways to style sneakers, and I've also incorporated styling in my individual like sneaker reviews. And I'm not really sure if you guys like on the channel, so I want you guys to give me feedback. Go ahead and let me know down below in the comments. Is that something you guys are interested on seeing on the channel? Because if you guys are, I'm telling you guys, I will deliver. But a sneaker can basically make or break your outfit. And with that being said, you got to know how to style them right. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of just casual everyday fits on the screen right now. And as you guys can see, these are a couple of fits that you can go ahead and pair up. These are casual everyday fits, or whatever you may classify them with. With that being said, I don't really want to tell you how to style yourself, but all I want to say is just find your style. And if you rock with it, and as long as you look good, then you feel good. So with that being said, I'm gonna just show you guys a couple of pictures or just a couple of fits With that being said, you can go ahead and rock out with the casual everyday fits with maybe a pair of Air Force Ones. You can also have that streetwear aesthetic with some Jordans, maybe some cargos and some oversized tees. You can even rock with those sporty looks with maybe some running shoes with like an athletic wear fit, like maybe you're going to the gym. But with that being said, this is just a couple of different outfit ways you can go ahead and style. But with that being said, now thinking about it, I actually would love to go ahead and rate your guys' fit. So with that being said, you guys actually take this into action, and I would love in the future to go ahead and rate my subscribers' outfits. That would be a great idea now that I think about it. But with that being said, yeah, you guys style your sneakers in a way that you like and in a way that makes you feel good. So sneaker here, guys, you want to keep your sneakers fresh. I talk about this all the time on my channel. I have countless videos on sneaker hacks, how to clean your sneakers, just all these different ways you can go ahead and care for your sneakers. So with that being said, I'm not going to go ahead and touch too deep into the subject, but I definitely will give y'all my little spill. So with that being said, you do not need to go ahead and buy new sneakers all the time. I feel like people see what's on the internet. They see all this like shining lights, I guess you can say. But guys, I'm telling you guys, I've had the same pair of Air Force Ones, white Air Force Ones at that, for almost 2-3 years now. And I'm telling you guys, they look cleaner than some people's shoes that they have just probably worn for the couple past months. Like I'm telling you guys, it really is really easy to go ahead and clean your sneakers. And you can go ahead and buy those sneaker cleaning kits and hacks. But with that being said, you really don't even need nothing but at-home products. Like I literally just made a video the other week about using at-home products to clean your sneakers. And that video, even though it didn't really get too much love, I'm not gonna lie, that is a hella slept on video. I basically just brought in a couple of materials like some paper towel, some water, a toothbrush, because I know maybe some people don't have a brush, and just simple things you can find at home. And this just makes it easy for you to create like a little sneaker routine for yourself that will allow you to keep your sneakers clean at all times. So with that being said, you also do want to go ahead and store your sneakers properly. We can't just keep our sneakers clean and then store them in an improper place and then it gets maybe stepped on, maybe misused, or just we don't want all those bad negative things. So with that being said, make sure you store your sneakers properly. Maybe store them in a box. I actually don't have a box myself, so if you don't maybe have those like clear sneaker boxes, just store them in a safe place where you know they won't be stepped on or just like messed with, if you get what I'm saying. But another thing that I do want to talk about is you could go ahead and get some waterproofing sprays. These basically go ahead and give you like a casing over your shoes so that basically whenever you go ahead and clean them, afterward you put that waterproofing on them and it basically keeps them cleaner for a longer time. And I don't really know how to explain it, so I hope you guys are getting what I'm trying to put down. But it's basically like a casing over your shoe after you clean it that keeps it clean. It's like an extra layer of protection, if that makes sense. But you also can go ahead and get some crease protection, and man, these have helped me a lot with my Air Force Ones. I cannot lie, when you have a pair of shoes that can get creased and they look creased, I ain't gonna lie, that's one of the things that I do not like personally. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's one of the things that I gotta keep like straight for sure. Like I do not mess with creases, and I have a pair of crease protectors. I actually only have one because I lost my rest of my pack. With that being said, even if you only have one, you can go ahead and switch them out and put them in different shoes, because who's wearing 2 shoes at once? Like it's literally impossible. But with that being said, you can also invest in some shoe trees and just all those different things. But with that being said, I'll give you more info on that if you go ahead and click the playlist up here. But now I'm going to give you guys a couple of places on where you can go ahead and buy your sneakers. Now, here is the best way about getting good deals. So first off, I would definitely go ahead and check out your Nike apps, your Adidas apps, the websites, also the Foot Lockers, the Dick's Sporting Goods, sneakers apps, and just all these different things. These are an example of retail stores, and basically these retail stores get them at a retail price. So with that being said, you're not going to be paying over retail, just like some of these resale platforms that I'm about to get to after this. But with that being said, these are a great way to go ahead and buy sneakers for a retail price and not get absolutely robbed out of your money. Now, I'm going to go ahead and talk about a couple of the resale properties or resale platforms that I gotta say, it kind of gets crazy depending on what sneaker you get. But we got StockX for one. I'm pretty sure that's one of the most well-known ones. You got GOAT, You got eBay and just all these different things. But I definitely would watch out for eBay. That's one of those ones that I definitely would say you got to go ahead and watch out for eBay, for the fakes and just all those different type of things. But some secret places that you guys can actually find some steals that I actually just wrote down would be those outlets, those thrift stores for sure. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of those thrift stores, and maybe even some local boutiques. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the sneaker market in 2025 and like the kind of the ins and outs and where we're at currently. Now, at time recording this video, it is March 27th, you guys. And with that being said, some trends I would say that you need to definitely watch are New Balance. New Balance has been on the rise for quite some time now. There is the Adidas Sambas, which is kind of like the retro sneakers, like the low profile sneakers. Those are definitely on the rise. And I would definitely say tech sneakers are definitely for sure on the rise. And I don't know what it is about. I don't know if it's the Elon Musk type of timing. I don't know what it is going on right now with tech. But I definitely see those tech sneakers for sure going up. We've seen Nike Adapts. We've seen a pair of, I believe, Adidas. And I've seen for sure some other tech sneakers, with that being said. But we also do have retro Jordans that are still strong, not as prominent as they were at a certain point, but they're definitely still strong. But we definitely are seeing dunks cooling down for sure. I haven't really seen too many dunks. You probably see them here and there, a couple places, but they're not as prominent as they used to be at one point in time. Now, we got some high fashion collabs. We got Louis Vuitton collabing with Nike. We have some Fear God collabs with Adidas, and so on. That's kind of a couple like the ins and outs I can give you guys straight up right now. Now, the big question that I really should have to answer, because I really feel like this is really like a custom per person. But with that being said, do trends really matter? Now, this question for me is an easy one for me. Trends do not matter whatsoever. If there is a certain trend out there and I see it and I don't really like how it looks on me, or I don't really rock with the vibe, I'm not going to put it on simply because it is a trend. So I definitely would say only care about the ones that you like, and I would say just wear what you like at the end of the day, with that being said. But now that you know the basics, here's how you can go ahead and level up, kind of give you guys a little bit of motivation. Go ahead and experiment with new styles and brands. Go ahead and follow those sneaker influencers, aka your boy. Go hit that subscribe button, and also those culture pages, which I actually am working on a sneaker website. So with that being said, y'all stay tuned. But with that being said, join sneaker communities. You can find these on Discord, Reddit, IG pages, and so on. With that being said, you guys, if this did indeed help you, go ahead and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe for more sneaker game tips. Go ahead and drop a comment with your first ever sneaker purchase, or if you go ahead and have your eye on one in 2025. But before you go ahead and leave, you guys, go ahead and click here where you go ahead and get some more sneaker inspo on some of the best picks for all types of scenarios. I'll see you guys there.